Hello everybody, this is Barbie. I've been busy with my journal, but I got everything all put together and I decided I needed more ephemera, so I thought I would do a little craft with me today. Hopefully everybody is well, and the coronavirus has not come to visit your house or any of your loved ones. We're all fine down here and in Texas, and it's not bad down here, at least in our area it's not. So we're trying to stay in and be good citizens, and so far so good. We've got plenty of groceries, probably more than we need, since how when you're bored, a lot of times you just sit around and think about what can I cook and what can I eat. So that is why I'm out here in the craft room and trying to keep my mind busy and do something constructive. So let's get busy. This little funny green L that you see is a really cool idea I got the other day when I was watching G. Kerr. I will try to remember and put her link down here. She has some really unique ideas about different ways to decorate your journal, and this was one of the neatest I have ever seen, I believe. Also, it made me happy because this right here is something that we used to use in scrapbooking all the time. My sister gave me a whole bunch of these, and they're just really beautiful colors. As you can see, all different colors, really good quality cardstock with the texture, kind of a linen type texture on it. And I've been trying to figure out what I can do with these. So this is one thing I can do. I split them in half, makes it, these are 2 inches, I believe, wide. Yeah. They're called border punch strips. For those who might have some or know, or go get some, if you can probably get them really cheap these days. I don't think they use them all that much anymore. So I put my little tape down here, so maybe I can stay in frame, because I tend to get out of frame and don't realize it. So hopefully I can. So basically what this is, it's going to be a decorative piece that you can put on your page like so, and then you're going to decorate this strip up, and then you're going to put some little focal piece here. She was using different words, different sayings, which was really cool too. And then you can also use it for, after you get your little focal piece in there, you can use it like for tucking stuff into. So it is not only a page decorator, but a place that you can use for tucking items in, which I thought was a double whammy there. So, alrighty, it's basically straightforward. It's just like you were going to do a snippet, paper snippet roll, which I'm going to mix paper and fabric. And so all I'm going to do is just start putting some glue stick on here, and start out with sort of some neutral. And I'm going to stick mine kind of sideways. I like it to hang over a bit. And I'm going to eventually sew this on. So I'm not going to worry too much about if it's totally stuck down. It doesn't matter. It's just to tack it down until I can sew it, basically. This is some of my paper that I had dyed, which I love using because it's really thin. It's out of deli paper, and it is got some cool colors in it. Have some other paper here that I had dyed as well and crinkled up, so maybe I'll use some of that. I'm not going to worry too much right now about some of these little places that are sticking out, because I'm going to come back over the top and add some more focal pieces. I guess we need to put a little bit of, yeah, music sheet on there. You know how that goes. Gotta have music sheet. And let's see, what else can we do? What else do I have here? Oh yeah. I hate to tear that up. I'm not gonna tear that up. Whoops. Junk falling, junk falling. Alright, let me see. I have some other little snippets here. Here's a bunch. Okay. Oh yeah. I've got some little pieces of fabric along here I can put on there as well, but I think I'm going to save those for the top. Okay, here's something I can put on. And I'm not even worrying about, you know, what color it is. I don't think it's that important. I like to have a lot of color on my pages. And the only thing I'm really thinking about right now is I don't want to get real thick paper because it kind of makes it bulky. And I'm trying to keep it to where it's not real bulky because my journals tend to be a little on the chunky side because I get carried away. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Okay, I think that's good for the first layer. Everybody can kind of see that. There's my first layer. Okay, at this point in time, no, I don't want to put that. Oh, I know what I had thought about doing, but that's going to cover up all my collage, but I thought that was really cool. I think I'm going to do it anyhow. After all, it's just a bunch of interesting colors and textures that we're trying to accomplish here. And there's no rhyme or reason to it. It's just what's pleasing to you, and that's the way you need to look at it, because if you get too focused on doing it right, so to speak, it'll just bog you down and make you feel like you don't know what you're doing. And trust me, anybody can do this. You just have to let loose and do it. That's all. Simple enough. Just let loose and do it. As the old saying goes, let loose and let God. Well, that's the same. It pertains here. It's the same thing. When we start thinking that we can control everything in our life, that's when we go off course. So that's the way that's the way I try to look at it, is don't worry about it. Just do it. Have fun. And that's what I'm going to do. I think if anything, the coronavirus has taught us that. There's things in your life that is just beyond our control. And I think that's the way God has of teaching us about having faith in a higher power. And that's how I try to look at things that I feel like I'm out of control on and I have no control over. And it seems to help for me to do that. And so that's what I try to do. Alrighty, I've got some really pretty knitting here. I like to try to, if there's any rhyme or reason, let's put it that way, to what I do, where you've got two separate pieces here. If I'm going to try to marry them together, I've already married these two together. So what I'm trying to do now is to think about marrying these two together, but I try to use a fabric that is sort of see-through, like a lace or something like that, and that will kind of give you a feeling of connection. So that's my game plan anyhow, like so, if I were to connect those two right there. But first, I think I might want to do something else here. Look at this really pretty lace It's some kind of a netting that has these flowers, and it's kind of a gold color, and it's got just a lot of texture to it. So I love this stuff. I use it for everything, pockets, you name it. And it just seems to be what fits the bill for me. Okay. Get a little bit more on there. Don't want it flopping off even though I'm going to sew it, like I said. Okay, this area down here, I really like it, so I'm going to put some little something there, maybe something off of this, but I don't want to cover it totally up because I like it. So I think I'll just do something like that right there. Again, I'm just dotting that a little bit, not putting a whole lot on there. There. Alrighty. Got some other lace here. Oh, I have this faux leather too. I'm going to incorporate in there, I think. Yeah, probably right here. And I might just put a teeny bit down here on this side because it is, I don't want it just in one spot, in other words. Now, this would be the time probably I would put some lace over the top of that faux leather, because to me it's a little bit glaring. And I might want to scrunch that lace up just a little bit, like so. Yeah. Hold it down just for a bit. Okay, now I have some of this really pretty coffee dyed fabric I got from, what was it, Vintage Polka Dot, I think that's her name. Don't hold me to it, I'm not sure, but she has really cool fabric. So put some of that down there, and let's see, put some of this. This is some old curtain that I tore up. I really like the color of it. Adds a bit of a cool tone into a bunch of warms, because you see this has a lot of warm tones in it. So it puts a bit of a cool in there, which I think is pleasing. Okay. Now, let's see. I think I might put a little bit of this in there. If you put a little different colors one on top of the other, like so, kind of marries it together. I need something down there. Maybe one of these. Yeah. Yeah. That's looking pretty good. Alrighty. Maybe a lighter color down here over the top of this, like I said, this faux leather looking stuff. Something that'll hold it down, or your fingers just pull everything back up. Now, what I think I need, that right down there, I need a little bit of that, some lace. Let's see, I've got some here. Maybe this will work. Yeah, this will work. This is just a really good way too to get rid of all of your little bitty pieces of stuff and use them up. Okay, now that we got that done, we've got to think about a focal point, something that we can use to kind of tie into our journal. Now, if I put this in the page, get this page here, it's a lighter color. pictures of the old guys. So I imagine that some of the gypsy cowgirls, they got these little bows here, and they got a picture of them, and they're wanting to put them in their journal so they can write about their feelings for their little bows. This is what I'm thinking. So I'm going to put it in. That's my game plan. So I'm going to stick it right in like so. Yeah, it's going to work. Okay, the other thing I thought about doing is let's see. It's too big. Well, probably what we might need now. No, I don't want to put any more pictures in there. That kind of takes away from the whole gist of the thing. But I wanted to put maybe something, something else. What could I use? Let's see. Maybe a little bitty butterfly. No, butterflies have to go into everything. I don't care who you are and where you're at. That's too big. Okay, find a little one. I use my little ones quickly. And I don't know if I'm going to have a small enough one there. Maybe I can find one. Oh, let's see. Just a minute. There's always something else you can do. I could put that little, but since the guys are on there, maybe not. They might be offended. Especially a long time ago, you know, the guys didn't much care for being close to something frilly. Those are some old cufflinks. Might be cool. I can maybe put an old cufflink right there. Just glue it down. I think I might do that. See if there's anything else I like any better. I think I would just use something like something like that will work. Oh, I know what. I have this. This is Tim Holtz. And he has some itty bitty, manly looking things. See there? That kind of stuff is what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm trying to say? Maybe a stamp. Yeah. That'll work. And let's see, what else do I have here? It has to be small. And maybe like so. There you go. That'll work. I think that one's too big. Yeah, I think that's too much. Okay, I think that's good. Alright, let me see if I got my hot glue going here. Works good for this sort of thing. Especially if you're sticking to fabric. And like I said, you know, you don't have to. I'm going to kind of sew over the top of this, so all I need to do is tack it. I don't want a lot of this glue because it gets too thick. And then it's like the needle doesn't want to go through it. Just a teeny bit. Alrighty. There I was over my tape. Oh dear. I just get into what I'm doing and I don't know if I'm going or coming. Alrighty, I think that's it for this one. Fairly quick, you know, just get all your little pieces together. And I said I was going to use that, but I don't know if I am or not now. I think I'll save that and use it for something else. I tend to overdo everything as it is. Okay, I'm going to set that one aside. Now I'm going to show it to you on a piece of paper first. Just decorates this page up and still leaves plenty room to like write something. Or, let's see, find a quick card here. Where did I put all my cards? Alright, let's just say for this one. There you go. So, you can do something like this. Leave a journaling space below so people can journal there, and then you can put your little focal point, your picture, your card or whatever in there, and then cover up with journaling. Thought it was a really cool idea. Thank you, G Curve. Really, really talented lady. Alrighty, so much for that. Now, there was one other thing I was going to show you real quick. This is what I just got through doing. Let me make sure you can see what I'm saying here. Yeah. I don't know if you can see that or not, but that's a little bee that I put inside, and a little wildflower that I dried. And on the other side I put a, let's see, this was out of, what was it, I just got through buying it, Midnight, let's see, what was it, I can't remember these names. This is from the Iris collection, After Midnight Design. Beautiful, beautiful digitals. I was so excited when I found her. Gail did a show and tell type thing. She got a what do you call those? Gail mail. And she was showing her digis. And so I went over and got them. Anyhow, this is a coin. I've been trying to get a hold of these. This is a coin protector, I believe it's called. Okay, let me show you what I did. They're all, when they come in, they look like so. And of course they're sealed already. You just fold them and you can put whatever inside of them. Well, they were too light. So I just got out my stamp and stamped on it. So it worked out great. I didn't get any of the stamping on that, which I was, being careful not to. And on this one, I went ahead and used my Distress Ink Walnut and just sort of dabbed around there, and then I stamped on it. And then I also wanted to add some washi tape to the top. This is the Tim Holtz butterfly washi tape, and I just added it around the sides. And it gives a bit of design, which I thought looked really cool. And also kind of sealed the corners. I mean the edges, if you know what I mean, around there, sealed the edges. And this is some new fabric strings that I just got from, let's see, what was her name? Felt Better, I believe it is. Anyhow, I'll try to put her link down there when I post this. Anyhow, I thought those came out really cool. Let's see, what else have I been up to? Now these, I have a punch that I got, and I don't know how big the punch is, but anyhow, it makes these squares. And I was doing some square holes that I was wanting to put some things in, like this right here, but I wanted them to be square. So I was punching these out. This is some, what do you call it? Eco dyed paper I did, and as well as this right here. And I waxed it with the cold wax, which I had a couple of videos back where I was showing you how I did that. Anyhow, they fit perfectly in here, like so. Let me see what size that is real quick, so I can tell you. But the idea is that looks like a 1 3/4 inch square that fits perfectly inside of these. And these are the dollar bill, what they call the large coin, a silver dollar, I believe it is, size. But what you can do then is just put whatever you want and use this as a background. And I thought it was a really cool idea. And you can use these for all different all sorts of things. Like I had one here. Okay, these are some digis. That I printed them small and cut them out. Now you can use that for a background. Let's see, this is something else I thought was cool. I have some of these, oh, this is cool right here. There you go, picture of her bow. So, you know, all different kinds of ideas you can use for these little coin wraps. Basically, I think is what they're called, or coin storage. So, there's that. And let's see, if there's something else I was going to tell you. Should have wrote it down because I get busy. Oh, that's what I was going to show you. This is my newest journal, which I've been working on. And I don't know if you can see the whole thing or not. Let me pull it back out. I got the cover finally done. And I thought about it, and I just was like too many things running around in my mind, and I couldn't figure out exactly what I was going to do. And I just finally said, you know, I have to do something. I can throw it in the trash or whatever if I don't like it, but I'm going to do it. So anyhow, that's the way I do things. I got busy. So this is made out of some ticking fabric I had, and put some lace on the back, put a little button here, and hung one of those bulb pins, I think it's called, over there, and snapped it so that I can take my I haven't decided which one yet, but so that I can hang my boho bead on the bulb pin, like so. And I thought that'd work out good. So that was my idea on that. Don't know which one I'm going to use it. I think this one's too big. So still worrying and debating about that. For the closure, I really did not know what to do, and I thought it was just crazy trying to figure out what to do. So I put my eyelets in, which I already had all this lace on here, and I'm thinking, you know, this is a mess. What am I going to do now? So I decided to put a button on there on this side, and there's an eyelet that just like there's an eyelet. So I put my button on there on that side, and then I took a Tim Holtz watch gear and put underneath there, so I'd have something to hook to. And then I put another button on top and a little bee charm, and I ran wire through there and twisted it in, and that made a nice looking latch for it. Then I hung a little bead on there, and then on this side I had a charm here. It says loving you, and it is a little charm I had mustache, and put an eye jump ring through there so that it wouldn't come out, and attached some of the beads I had strung together like so. And then I had a clasp that's a magnetic clasp, and I thought, you know, that might work really cool there. So yeah, you have to be coordinated to use it, but you know what I'm saying. Anyhow, so here is the way it works. It's real simple. It just hooks into that, and then it just automatically shuts like so. So there's plenty of room there's plenty of room now for the expansion of the journal, and it's really pretty, like so. I was proud of myself for figuring that one out. And I guess that's all. I've got my everything sewn in, so I'll save the rest of that for later. Alrighty, I guess I rambled on long enough. I am going to be working more on doing some ephemera for this album. So I'll be back and do another video, trying to keep them trying to make sure they're not too long. I think people kind of lose interest in it. So hope all is well and stay well, and hopefully all of this coronavirus will finally work its way out of the population without too much damage, and we'll all get back to somewhat normal, our lives that is. But in the meantime, we just all have to stay strong and keep crafting, be happy, and enjoy life, and enjoy your time off. Until next time, this is Barbie. Bye-bye.